welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing yet again another super in-depth and super honest review on the Dior Rosy Glow Blush Stick in the shade Toffee. I'm going to be showing you an unboxing, going over the price, specs, and details, where to buy, a try-on test, the pros and cons, and finally my overall final score of this product and whether I would recommend it to you or not. So if you're interested in any of that, then please keep on watching. So let's go ahead and start with an unboxing first. Here is the front of the box. I find that Dior's makeup products lately, the boxes are just not really giving anything special. The products themselves are designed so beautifully, but I find like the exterior packaging to be leaving something to be desired in my opinion. They're mostly just navy blue with very minimal design. I know they've pretty much always been this way, at least for a long time, but yeah, I find it pretty boring personally. So there's just the front of it, the side, the back, and the other side. You can see Dior is very subtly embossed in there. And there is the top of the box there. So we're going to open it up. And here is the product itself. Again, super gorgeous. You just have the Dior logo on the side here just like this. The first thing I thought when I saw this packaging is, oh wow, it's just a giant version of the Dior Lip Glow lip balms. See these ones right here? Yeah, it's like literally just a giant version of it, which I thought was kind of cool. And I love how crystalline and clear it is. It's very Y2K-esque. The top just has the CD logo as usual. There is the shade name at the bottom. And you just take it out like this. And I love this subtle but really beautiful detail of the Dior all over the inside packaging as well. I just love that attention to detail. It just gives it that luxe feel. And then you just twist up the product like this. And there was a CD embossed on there, but I have used this to try on, so it's gone after like one swipe, but yeah. And yeah, just super beautiful packaging. So now I'm just gonna go over the price of this product. So this product typically retails for about $59.50 Canadian dollars. However, with the 15% off VIB sale, it was about $50 Canadian before tax. I bought it from the Sephora website, but you can also buy it directly from the Dior website as well. So now I'm just gonna go over the details and specs of this product. So this product currently comes in 7 shades, which are pink, berry, rosewood, cherry, pink lilac, candy, and toffee. Now, I was torn between which shade to get, especially between candy and toffee, but I ultimately decided to go with toffee, as at the end of the day, when I can't decide, I tend to always go with the most nudie, beigey, orangey color, and that tends to always flatter me as I have a very warm undertone. So if you are also a warm undertone girly, I would highly recommend that you go for the more orangey shades, as they never ever fail in my experience. So as per the Sephora website, the description of this product reads, in just one swipe, this long-lasting, buildable, and creamy stick blush format of Rosy Glow delivers pH-activated custom color with a natural, dewy glow finish. This blush stick adapts to skin's pH for a custom color and dewy glow, reflecting light to enhance your cheekbones. The cherry oil infused formula provides up to 12 hours of hydration and wear for lasting comfort and moisture. Now finally, let's go ahead and try out this product. Absolutely love that there's this super dewy, hydrated looking, almost like a built-in highlighter effect Like there's like these micro glitters that just makes your skin look so incredibly dewy. Now I do have Dior's other blush, the powder one right here, which I've also done a review on in the past. And yeah, this one definitely does not have those micro glitters. It does not give the same effect at all. And if you happen to like matte blushes, then this one isn't bad. But yeah, I'll say just right now, first impressions comparison, I definitely prefer this hydrated dewy looking one. And I do feel like the coverage is pretty high, as in like it has really high color payoff and while still being subtle at the same time. I feel like that's pretty much Dior's signature at this point when it comes to their blushes. At least I find they're always very subtle and it's never too pigmented, so that you can go as like ham as you want and you never have to worry about it being too heavy, because it's always just like the most subtle whisper of a color, which could be a pro or a con depending on your taste. But yeah, I personally love it, as I'm always afraid of like giving clown face if I put too much blush. And yeah, this just makes all the blush blindness girlies like me feel at peace, because no matter how much you put on, it never looks too heavy. So now I'm just gonna get into the pros and cons of this product. So the first pro I can think of is that the color is subtle but definitely there. So as I was mentioning earlier, I find that the powder Dior blush is very, very, very subtle, and you really have to like put color on the brush in order for it to even show up on your face. Whereas this one is still on the subtle side. It's definitely not like a super pigmented, powerful blush, but it's just the right amount in my opinion, in the sense that it never looks like too much. It's very subtle, but it is more buildable than say this one. That could just be the nature of it being a stick instead of a powder formula, so you can actually like draw it on and it's liquefied and it's a little bit more easy to control. But yeah, I really like the color payoff. It's very subtle, but definitely still there. The perfect amount of pigmentation in my opinion. Another huge pro, as I mentioned earlier in the try-on portion of this video, is the infused sort of built-in highlighter. I feel like I don't have to even apply highlighter on my cheeks now, because this one has like the micro glitters included in it. It's almost like a two-in-one product, which I love. Especially early mornings, I don't have time to put on both. I love that it's like a built-in highlighter. As you can see, it's just so dewy and shiny and looks so healthy. And yeah, if you love clean girl makeup, and typically on the daily I don't wear a full face of makeup, I just wear concealer and nothing else on my cheeks or face. Like I just wear concealer for my crazy eye bags and on my nose. The rest of my face I don't wear makeup. So I tried this on with just bare cheeks as well, and it looks just as good, if not even better. So it's just the perfect, subtle, clean girl type of blush. And it really reminds me of my old school holy grail, which is none other than the NARS Orgasm blush, which I still have all these years later. This is my original one from like 9 years ago. Yeah, pretty much hit pan on it. This thing has been so well loved and used. It looks really disgusting. I'm sorry guys. What I loved about this blush is that it had these like really fine micro glitter, champagne-y gold glitters infused in it. So it acted like a highlighter and a blush at the same time. And I really do find that at this point, after using this and this, I think I can only use blushes now that have like a built-in highlighter effect, because in my experience they just look so much more luminous and dewy and delicious than say just a solid colored blush. Like for example the Dior one, like it's just one solid color, no real shimmers or glitters in it, and I don't know, it just tends to look not as flattering as when there's like micro glitters, if you know what I mean. It really just enhances your cheekbones and makes your overall skin look so glowy. And yeah, for ongoing busy girls who just have so much going on, like for me personally, I work at like 6 in the morning and I have to get ready to like do presentations in front of hundreds of people for my office job. I really need something that's just quick on the go, can blend it with your fingers if you need to, and is like skips a step in the sense that there's like a built-in highlighter, 2-in-1, so that it saves you time getting ready in the morning. I love it. Another pro is just the nature of this being a cream stick formula. Now, one of my absolute best friends, Lindsay, shout out to you girl, love you girl, she told me like, girl, you gotta get on the cream blush stick train, because I had only ever used powder blushes up until this point. The only blush that I've ever used that's even remotely different than a powder is the Rare Beauty blush that I have here. But even this one, after you swatch it and rub it onto your skin, it kind of becomes a powder. So I've always just been using powder blushes, and I haven't really moved forward into liquid or cream blushes. I know for most girls that's kind of been the status quo for the longest time now. I feel like pretty much since 2020 or so, no one really uses powder blushes as much. I see everyone using like the Rare Beauty liquid one, and just, yeah, that seems to be the preference for a lot of people. And I totally understand why, because I feel like a little bit goes such a longer way, and you just get so much more bang for your buck when using like a liquid formula, because at the end of the day, it's always just going to be more pigmented than, say, a powder that diffuses and fluffs all over the place. However, I am someone who, as I've mentioned in this video, I'm really scared of going overboard and looking clown-like, especially when it comes to blush. So I was just really scared to dabble in like cream stick blushes, liquid blushes, etc. But when I was in Sephora with Lindsay and she was like kind of swatching cream stick blushes on me, she was like, look at this. And I was kind of testing out like how they blend and stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness, she has a point. Like, they definitely are easier to control just by the nature of it being like a stick that you can draw with. And I do happen to be an illustrator, so anything that reminds me of pens, pencils, paintbrush, like drawing, is always going to be more preferred than, say, like a fluffy powder that's a little bit more random and scattered and kind of like patchy in its application. I just love that, like, you can put on a bunch really heavily, and then it's also really versatile in the sense that you can either blend it out with a beauty blender or a brush or your fingers. Like, it's just super versatile, and you have so much more control of how pigmented and powerful you want the blush to be when it's in this like cream stick drawable formula. Once again, shout outs to you, Lindsay. You were totally right, and I cannot go back to powder blushes at this point. And the final pro I can think of is that the packaging is quite luxurious looking. Now, I know with Dior's most recent re-release of a lot of their products, a lot of people have been saying that they look really cheap, at least the packaging, and I have to strongly agree. I recently reviewed the Dior Lip Glow Butter product here, and yeah, this just looks so incredibly cheap. I can't believe that these were released at the same drop, like at the same time, because look how much more luxurious this looks. Like, this kind of looks like a toy or like a dollar store lip gloss in comparison. Like, they definitely knew what they were doing with this one, and this was like their favorite child, because yeah, they gave it the nicest packaging, and the product itself inside is just as good as the outside looks, which honestly is very rare for Dior products in my opinion. As I find, and you know, you guys, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I review so many Dior beauty products. I love Dior, and mostly because I collect them and display them like on my vanity, and it's kind of like a childhood dream thing of mine. I'll be honest, the product inside is rarely ever up to the standard of how beautiful the packaging looks. But this is one of the rare times where the packaging is just as equally as effective and beautiful as the product inside. Alrighty, so now let's go on to the cons of this product. So honestly, there's not too many cons with this product, but of the ones I could think of, I figured I would share them as well. The first pro I can think of is that the packaging is slightly bulky. Now, I kind of like the packaging in the sense that whenever I would carry a blush around with me, like let's say I carried this in my makeup bag, it's very clunky and very prone to, like, you know, cracking, and then all the blush gets like shattered and spills all over your makeup bag, and there's a lot of fallout when it comes to these big palette style powder blushes. But I love that this is long, like a stick style, because most of my makeup that I use is like stick-like, like a eyeliner, concealer stick, like it's all like kind of like, you know, horizontal and long, so it fits into a nice, like, you know, makeup bag. So I like the shape of this, and I think it's more travel friendly in the sense that it closes really clean shut, and it's not going to like bounce around or have much fallout. And it seems pretty like sturdy, hard resin like plastic. But yeah, I just do feel like some people might find it bulky. Another con is that the packaging, as beautiful and high quality as it feels, I will say my first impression of it was, oh, they just kind of recycled the lip balm packaging. Like, some could see this as a pro in the sense that it's like continuity, and now it looks kind of like, you know, a set, and it's very like collector wise. It looks really good on the shelf because they all kind of have that similarity. But I also kind of saw it as they're not being very innovative in the sense that they're just like copying existing packaging rather than innovating something brand new. But again, pro or a con depending on your preference. Another con I can think of, and once again, this is more of a personal preference thing, but if you prefer the matte, like super matte makeup look, then this is not the blush for you. It is incredibly dewy and borderline greasy looking, but I personally love that look, but I know for sure it's not for everyone, especially if you tend to be a more oily individual and you want to set the oil at bay and you don't like looking too shiny or oily, then this is not for you because yeah, it's definitely very, very, very oily. If you wanted to, you could also just add like a powder blush on top of it. In fact, Sephora recommends that you do that if you want. So you could mattify it in that sense, but at that point it kind of defeats the purpose. And then it's kind of more of a primer than a blush itself, right? Plus the color is so gorgeous that I just think it would be a waste to cover it with like another powder blush. But that's just me. And the final con I can think of, and this goes for every single Dior product I ever review, I feel like this is always, always, always a huge con of mine, but I'm just keeping it real, you guys. The biggest con is the price. As much as I love this product and I'm super satisfied with it, I will say it being about $60 Canadian before tax is crazy. It is just a blush, and I actually kind of hate how much I love it because I'm like, darn it, that means I have to repurchase it and spend another $60. Now, hopefully it lasts a really, really long time. Like, I do feel like a little bit goes a long way, and I'll be pretty sparing with it, and hopefully I can make it last a long time so that it's worth it. But yeah, it's really, really expensive. That goes for all Dior products. I feel like just because they're Dior, they add an extra like $30 or something. But yeah, definitely it's a very, very expensive cream stick blush, and if you want to try other brands, I'm sure they're just as good for a fraction of the price. So overall, my final score of this Dior Rosy Glow Cream Blush Stick is a 9 out of 10. And I feel like, I'm not sure, I'd have to go back and rewatch my old Dior review videos. It's been a while since I've revisited them, but just from my own like memory, I feel like I never rate Dior products that high, just because honestly, keeping it real, they usually don't work that well, and I just buy them because they're pretty and it's like a childhood dream thing of mine. But yeah, this one happens to actually be so, so, so good, and I cannot recommend it enough, and I'm really tempted to get other colors, but yeah, we'll see. So what do you guys think? Have you guys tried this blush as well? Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried it and you also love it, or if you don't like it, and also what colors you're excited to try or have tried or that you would recommend that I try. And if this video was helpful to you, then please give it a like. It just takes a second but would mean so much to me. And also, if you could please consider subscribing to my channel, it would truly, truly, truly mean more to me than you would ever know. So thank you guys so very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Love you guys.